The thief, the conman, the pickpocket, the blackmailer, the habitual criminal of almost every description is usually known to the police. His record, his haunts, his fingerprints, the methods by which he works. When such a man commits a crime, the police, as likely as not, have a shrewd idea of his identity. His arrest is only a matter of time, and often a short time at that. But there's one type of criminal about whom the police know nothing, because he rarely strikes more than once. The murderer. His motives may be obscure. His victim can't give evidence against him. And most sinister of all, murder is the most democratic of all crimes. It's not confined to the so-called criminal classes. The killer is the man in the street, the man next door. The police start with only the physical evidence of crime, and occasionally the word of a witness. In this case, the witness was a certain farmer. His name, John Dent. The time, dawn. And Dent, like many farmers, had an aversion to trespassers on his land.
Hi! You're trespassing. Come on out. I want this caravan off my land. Hi!
Such was the appalling beginning of the case. A scene of most brutal murder and a shadowy figure in the undergrowth, close to the place of the crime. The local police decided at once to enlist the help of Scotland Yard. Superintendent Reynolds and Detective Sergeant Hale arrived from London that same afternoon.
He then ran forward to the undergrowth. I saw a man running away. I gave chase, but he was too quick for me and disappeared in the direction of the London road. Mr. Dent, can't you give us a description of this man?
Looked like a tramp. Ragged sort of chap. I didn't see his face. The light was bad.
Well, thank you for coming in again, Mr. Dent. It will be necessary for you to attend the inquest, of course.
I suppose so. But understand this. I don't want a crowd of noisy sightseers traipsing round my farm. That goes for the press. I am the police too. Good day to you.
Odd character. Nice and friendly.
He's an almost pathological hatred for trespassers. We had a bit of trouble with him a few years ago. He manhandled a poacher so badly, he put him in hospital for a week. Hello? Travers speaking. Yes, he's here in my office. Dr. Preston, mortuary.
Reynolds here.
Good afternoon, Superintendent. Well, I shouldn't say there was much doubt about the cause of death. They were both severely battered about the head with a blunt instrument. There were numerous other cuts and bruises suggesting they both put up a struggle.
This, Mr. Simmons has identified the bodies, I take it?
Yes, he's on his way over to you now. It seems they were married only 6 months ago. Sad business, Superintendent.
A sad business indeed. The car number plate had enabled the police to establish the identity of the young couple. A Mr. and Mrs. James. He was a freelance writer. Mr. Simmons, the young woman's father, had come from London to give the police what help he could.
Mr. Simmons, I realize how painful this must be for you.
Thank you.
But I want you to examine the contents of the caravan with the utmost care. Robbery with a motive and any objects missing.
Yes, I understand. Shall I go in?
If you would.
A bracelet. Well, where's her ring?
Ring, sir?
Yes, her engagement ring. I noticed when we went to that place just now that she wasn't wearing it.
Well, Travers?
The only rings in our inventory, sir, were wedding rings, which both Mr. and Mrs. James were wearing.
But it was a solitaire diamond. It was quite valuable.
Clothing?
Oh, I really don't know what they were wearing.
How about money?
Well, Ronnie would have about £100 with him.
How do you know that?
Well, I looked after his financial affairs. And a few days ago, a publisher sent him a check for £100. I drew cash to cover it and sent it to him care to the post office at Chelham. He'd have got it yesterday.
Only a few shillings found, sir. Mrs. James' handbag.
But why all this destruction?
Looks like the work of a homicidal lunatic. Now, sir, perhaps you'll inspect the car.
Yes, of course.
Anything interesting?
Prints of the young couple, sir, just as you would expect, and a clear impression on the mirror of some other person.
Right, now cushion, bottle of eau de cologne, sunglasses 2 pairs, lipstick, toolkit complete.
Did you find a camera?
No, sir, but we did find a roll of used film in the glove compartment. Can I have it, please?
A camera, a diamond ring, and a fairly large sum of money. Were these the reasons for a particularly brutal murder? At once, the police circularized descriptions of the missing articles, in the hope that the killer would try to dispose of his loot. Meanwhile, the superintendent and his men returned to the scene of the crime. Every inch of ground was examined. A pond, not far from where the car and caravan had stood, was dragged.
Well, one thing's clear. The killer couldn't have seen the caravan from the road. Our tramp either knew it was there...
Or came upon it by chance, while he was doing a spot of trespassing himself.
Could be. Hello, what's this?
Seems like oil, sir.
Shed pretty recently, too, I'd say. Can't be from a car. It's too near these trees. Travers, one of your men to collect as much as he can of this stuff, and let's have a lab report. How's it going?
Nothing in the undergrowth, sir.
Sergeant?
Found this, sir, right near the edge.
No rust. Hasn't been there long.
Heavy blunt instrument, all right, sir.
Travers! Let's have another look at that plan of yours. Now, according to Dent, the tramp was hiding in the bushes here. When spotted, he made off in this direction, towards the road, leaving the pond at least 100 yards to his right. Now, if the tramp threw the spanner away while making his escape...
He'd be heading straight across open country.
Or to Dent's farm. Friendly place, sir.
Spare us a minute, Dent. What is it now? I've spent enough time on this business already.
It'd be easier to talk inside.
These men are detectives. My wife.
Good day, ma'am.
Well, I haven't got all day. What is it you want to talk about?
Have you seen this before, sir?
No, I haven't. Why?
It was found 10 minutes ago in the pond on your land. It may well be the murder weapon.
What's that to me?
Well, it's hardly the kind of thing that a tramp could carry around.
That's as maybe.
Mr. Dent, think carefully before you answer this question. Are you quite sure there was a tramp?
Alice!
I'm sorry, John.
Well, Mr. Dent.
There was a tramp. It's up to you to find him.
Good day. Good day, ma'am.
All right, take him outside and hold him.
This way.
Where'd you find him?
Scaring the crows about 7 miles down the road.
Well, he's in the clear anyway.
He's the third. Tramps are pretty rare birds these days. All right, you can go. Well, how'd you make out with Dent, sir?
He sticks to his story. How long has he had that farm?
Well, he inherited it from his father. Pretty good farm it was, I'm told, a few years ago. Look at it now. He sold a good deal of land and works what's left single-handed apart from his wife. A few chickens, half a dozen cows. But he won't let anyone near the place.
Any idea what caused the change?
No, before my time. What would you say, Colin?
Well, sir, they do say that Dent was never the same after his only son ran away to sea. No one to carry on the farm. I suppose nothing seemed worthwhile anymore.
Well, we don't need these anymore. But we do have some prints of a different kind, which you may find rather interesting, sir. In the dark room.
Well, let's take a look at them.
The prints were those of the roll of undeveloped film found in the murdered couple's car.
Come in. Your snapshots.
They're both together on this one. Who worked the camera, I wonder?
Oh, probably the shutter had a preset time device.
Picturesque place.
Looks like the Swan at Cheltenham.
That's where James got the money. Well, they probably stopped at the inn to celebrate before going on to Dent's Field.
That place has quite a reputation.
Oh?
For good food. It's run by an Austrian.
Another good reason for paying it a visit. Is it far from here?
About 10 miles down the London road. Just past the main crossroads. Can't miss it. There's an old gibbet or gallows still preserved at the roadside.
We're police officers. You recognize that couple? They may have been traveling with a caravan.
The two who were murdered?
Right.
Yes, I seem to remember. They were here day before last for dinner.
You spoke to them?
Only to discover if they wanted the table d'hote or one of my specialities. They took the table d'hote.
Pity.
I seem to remember, sir, they spent some time in the bar.
Like a word with the barmaid.
Yes, of course. Miss Bailey, one moment, please. This gentleman would like to ask you some questions.
Thank you.
Yes, I did serve them with drinks.
They were alone? Just the two of them?
That's right. Well, they didn't need company.
How do you mean?
Too interested in each other.
They had several drinks.
Oh, yes. They sat at that table over there, laughing and talking.
And the man paid for each round at a time.
Well, yes.
In that case, you'd remember how he paid. Did he take notes out of his wallet?
I think so.
It was a pretty well-filled wallet, wasn't it?
I don't know. What are you getting at?
I mean, someone may have seen that Mr. James was carrying a considerable sum. You know, Miss Bailey, you mustn't resent our questions. Remember, you were perhaps the last person to have seen this young couple alive.
The last, apart from the killer himself. By this time, the superintendent was beginning to be certain that the crime was not the work of some tramp who had just happened to come upon that lonely caravan, but was, in fact, carefully planned and premeditated. It was not, however, the police who made the next move.
Travis speaking.
Yes, he's here.
Good morning, sir. Call for you.
Reynolds speaking. Who are you? Place its call. Go on, I'm listening.
It's about these murders, Superintendent. It doesn't matter who I am. Just a citizen who wants to see justice done. Now listen. If you want to find the real reason for these crimes, search the attic in Dent's Farm.
What do you mean, the real reason? Hello. Hello.
A public call box a few yards from the Swan Inn at Cheltenham.
Did you hear the message?
At the switchboard. What do you make of it?
That voice, an accent, but obviously disguised.
You recognize it?
No. But it does confirm what I'm going to do anyway.
What's that, sir?
Take out a warrant to search Dent's farm.
Within the hour, the police once again visited the lonely farm.
Mrs. Dent, we have a warrant to search this house.
What do you wish to see?
We'll start with the attic, Mrs. Dent.
Where is your husband, ma'am?
Get out of here! Go on, get out, the lot of you.
Don't be a fool, Dent.
A man's a right to protect his own. I'm telling you to go.
It's no use, John, it's no use. Give me the gun, John. It's got to come out. I can't stand it anymore.
Come with me.
Someone to see you, Billy. This is my son. Don't harm him, will you?
Travers, call an ambulance and a male nurse, will you?
No, there was no tramp. I saw the door of the caravan was open. Billy was there, dazed, standing over them with the blood. It wasn't until I got him back home that I found the camera in his pocket. For 5 years we've had no trouble with him. He hadn't been out of the house, or so we thought, until we found he'd tampered with the skylight. Since it happened, we boarded it up. He must have been out quite often at night. I suppose he just couldn't stand to be shut up. I suppose you'll be taking me away, too.
No. No, not now, anyway. You just be available when we want to talk to you again, that's all.
The fingerprints of the boy were taken and found to correspond exactly with the previously unidentified set found in the caravan, at first assumed to have belonged to the imaginary tramp. The boy was examined by doctors who had no hesitation in finding him certifiably insane. A hurt mind that did show dangerously violent tendencies. Billy himself said little or nothing and seemed to have no recollection of the crime. The evidence against him, not least his own father's testimony, was overwhelming. And yet, in spite of this, the superintendent was not satisfied. No trace of the missing money was found anywhere at the farm. There was no sign of the diamond engagement ring. And there was one other puzzling clue, if clue it was. The patch of oil found in the field where the murders had been done. For help, Superintendent Reynolds turned to the chief chemist of one of the big oil companies in London. The oil sample was subjected to intensive tests with interesting results.
One thing is fairly certain. It's a mixture of lubricating oil and the heavy ends of petrol. And this rather suggests that it comes from a motorcycle engine. Of course, most of the petrol is evaporated, but the characteristics of the residual oil are rather interesting. The oil contains certain special additives that give a high film strength and a flat viscosity temperature curve. This oil is recommended for the German-built Tornado. It's a pretty powerful motorcycle.
Interesting, certainly. But was it significant? Superintendent Reynolds decided to play a hunch. Later, the superintendent received an unexpected caller.
I had to see you, sir.
Well, sit down, Mrs. Dent.
My husband doesn't know I'm here. It was just after the war. Billy, our son, was 17. We'd been anxious about him, little things. And then something happened near the farm. I don't know how to tell you this, sir, but there was a girl.
Well?
He attacked her. We didn't know what happened. She couldn't say who it was. We just read about it in the newspaper. And then we learned there had been a witness.
A witness?
A man who works in a garage in the village. A German, ex-prisoner of war. We locked our boy up in the house. We couldn't bear the thought of anyone taking him away. But that man got to know about it. And he took almost every penny we had.
What was his name?
His name is Hans Brandt.
Can you describe him?
He has a scar on his face. A war wound. I wish to God he'd been killed.
There, don't distress yourself. Reynolds?
Sergeant Hale, sir. Nothing much to report, I'm afraid, sir. Sally Bailey seems an ordinary sort of a girl. Now, her movements were, let's see, here we are, sir. She came off duty at the Swan at 3 o'clock. Met her boyfriend at 3:15 in a cafe in the town. They went to the cinema, then he left her at her digs, which is where I am.
This boyfriend, describe him. Height 5'10", about 11 stone, fair wavy hair, a scar on his left cheek.
Oh, and one thing more, sir. He's got a pretty powerful motorbike.
What's the girl's address? No, do nothing. I'm coming over. You still in there?
Yes, sir.
Right, let's go.
Good evening, madam. Is Miss Sally Bailey in?
Well, yes, but I'm sure she's gone to bed. I was just going to take her up some hot milk.
It's urgent we see her right away. We're police officers.
Police?
Oh,
but
which is her room, please, madam?
First door on the right at the top of the stairs, but...
Thank you.
Come in, Mrs. Willis. What do you want?
We've met before, Miss Bailey. Let me see that. So, Hans Brandt gave it to you.
A dangerous gift, Miss Bailey.
My engagement ring. I don't know what you're talking about.
I think you do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't the James couple ask you where they could park their caravan for the night, and you said it would be all right to put it on dense land? And later you told Hans Brandt what you'd done, and about the money that Mr. James was carrying too.
No. No, you can't accuse me of murder, too. You can't. It was just a joke. You've got to believe me.
A joke that cost two people their lives. You'll find nobody laughing. All right, get dressed. We'll wait for you downstairs. Radio for another car.
Right, sir.
Who comes through this door?
Lived long enough to confess what really happened in the caravan at dawn. Perhaps he did only mean to rob, but James put up a desperate fight and thereby lost his life. As for Mrs. James, Brandt couldn't risk her identifying him, so he killed her too. Brandt took the money and the ring, and then as he was about to leave, he saw someone approaching through the early morning mist. Someone who he decided must shoulder the burden of his crime. The dense idiot's son. He let the boy enter the caravan, then crept stealthily behind him and struck him down. And as he lay unconscious with the camera planted in his pocket, it was Brandt, smashing everything in sight, who did the maniac's work. The scene was set. A modern highwayman indeed, and but for the fact that he didn't know about the telltale patch of oil from his motorcycle, his guilt might never have been discovered. It was ironically appropriate that Hans Brandt should meet his own end at the foot of a gallows from which so many a grisly burden had hung in times gone by. The crime of murder, it's a breach of the law against which neither victim nor police can take due precautions. The killer who kills with premeditation. He lays his plans in secret. He bides his time. And then he strikes swiftly and ruthlessly out of the blue. Most killers wisely choose to strike in some quiet, lonely place where there can be no raising of the alarm, no cry for help. But occasionally, you know, it happens otherwise. The Eberstein case began at London Airport, from which the destination of travelers can be almost any city on earth. It was at a time when many thousands of British folk, restricted after years of war, were once again journeying abroad. A time when foreign currency, the wherewithal of travel, was scarce.
Announcing the departure of British European Airways flight number 167 to Lisbon. Will passengers holding boarding card number 14 please proceed to Customs and Immigration?
Your flight has been called, sir.
I'm a police officer.
For one passenger, there would be no return. His destination was death. The body was taken at once for post-mortem examination. The dead man's heart had been weak, but particular attention was paid to the contents of the stomach, and also to the flask found beside the body. In a neighboring room, police examined the deceased's belongings.
Oh, here's his passport.
Yeah, thank you. German. Albert George Eberstein, born Berlin 1908. Occupation, financier. Good suit, silk shirt, bought in Milan.
Take a look at this.
Quite a traveller, Herr Eberstein.
And with expensive tastes, I should say. Oh, here's his air ticket. Yes? Yes, he's here. He's the doctor.
Yes, doctor? Well, what'd he die of?
Poison. No, we haven't identified it yet.
Had that unidentified substance been placed in the flask by the dead man himself, or by some person or persons unknown? To find the answers to these questions was now a matter for Scotland Yard, and more particularly for Inspector Duggan, who was put in charge of the case.
Copies of the photographs, sir. Eberstein's and the girls.
You've sent them to Interpol in Paris?
On their way now, sir.
Right. Oh, any luck, Sergeant?
Yes, sir. Eberstein bought his air ticket from Bowaters in Piccadilly.
Bowaters Travel Agency?
Yes, sir.
You can put it on again, Mason. A little walk will do us good.
Right, sir. Good morning, gentlemen. What can I do for you?
We're police officers. Ever seen this man before?
No, I'm afraid not, sir.
We've reason to believe he bought an airline ticket here recently.
Not from me, I don't think so, sir.
You sure?
I wouldn't like to say that. One sees so many faces.
Anything I can do, gentlemen?
Mr. Carden is our chief clerk here. These gentlemen are from the police.
Well, Mr. Carden...
I overheard what you said just now. But I'm afraid Sims here is quite right. You see, we issue so many tickets here. It's rather unlikely any other staff would recognize anyone who wasn't a regular customer. But by all means, question the other clerks if you wish.
The other clerks were questioned, without success. The police also checked at every hotel in London. Nobody answering Eberstein's description had stayed at any of them. No trace of his undoubted recent presence in London could be found. Except for his mortal remains, now resting on a mortuary slab. Occupying offices at Scotland Yard are the London headquarters of Interpol, the British link in the great international agency to combat crime. And this surely was a case in which Interpol could help.
Ah, Duggan.
Good evening, sir. Good news, I hope?
Nobody's ever heard of Eberstein. Not in Paris, not in Portugal, not even in his birthplace, Berlin. We've just had this reply to our circulation. But one thing we can say, his passport is a forgery.
So there's no such person as Eberstein. Someone here in England has killed a man who didn't exist.
That's about the size of it. However, you'll be relieved to hear that the girl, Carter Gerhardt, whose photograph was among the dead man's things, is real, is alive, and is well.
Now, there's someone I'd like to talk to.
I rather thought you would. Well, we've had a communication from the Portuguese police. She's there, an entertainer of some kind.
Within a few hours, Inspector Duggan found himself in the Portuguese capital, one of the world's most beautiful cities, the threshold of the old world, a gateway to the new, to which in the troubled days following World War II, many strange people fled, often from tyranny in their own countries, but sometimes from the police.
Henry?
And now, Inspector, let us have a little drink to celebrate your arrival in our city, eh?
Well, thanks very much, but...
But you never drink on duty. You British are all the same, so correct, so formal. Just a little one, Inspector.
Thanks very much.
So, or as you say in your country, up the hatch.
Happy days.
Not bad, eh?
Yes. Now, about this girl, Cara.
Business already, Inspector?
A man has been killed, Senor Inspector.
So. You will see. We are efficient here, too. Vamos. Cara Gerhardt, born in Vienna, 1924, a refugee from Nazi persecution. Fled first to Paris, then to Nice. Granted political asylum here in Portugal 12 months ago. No known relatives. No undesirable political activities, no criminal record. Profession, singer at the Café Mazarin.
We can see her now.
No, I have told you already. I cannot speak with you. I have much to do. Please go away. I have
What's
nothing
the
to say. Oh, please.
I'm sorry. If Fräulein Gerhardt refuses to speak with you, there is nothing I can do.
Oh, please. This is terribly important. You are the English miss from London, yes? I have told you already on the telephone. I do not know your friend. I have never heard of him. Now, I must change for my next number. I don't believe you. You must know where he is.
If you please.
But I must talk to you.
You must disturb the customer.
Well, what do you want?
Just to ask you a few questions.
But I don't know you.
Then let me introduce myself. My name's Duggan. I'm a British police officer.
Police? Well, what do you want with me?
Perhaps we go to your dressing room.
Gentlemen do not go to my dressing room. What is it you wish to know?
Just this, Miss Gerhardt. You know a man called Eberstein?
Eberstein? No.
And perhaps this will help you. Herzlichste, Cara.
Why do you trouble me with this?
Because this photograph was found on the body of a dead man.
Dead? You mean this man Eberstein is dead?
Yes, Miss Gerhardt. Probably murdered.
This is nothing to me. I have many fans in America, in England. Perhaps I sent it to him, I don't know. Please, you will excuse me. Hans, get out of here! What are you doing? Die, you! Hans, get out of here!
Police are very efficient here too, Inspector, eh?
Achamos isso na gaveta.
Huh?
E tem muito mais.
Obrigado. Dollars, sterling, Swiss currency. It seems there is a lot more too. You know, Inspector, we are very grateful to you. If you had not brought this young lady to our attention, we might have thought that her talents were confined to singing. You come with me? No? Yes.
At a police headquarters in Portugal, Kara Gerhardt was questioned for the rest of that night. Detectives learned much about an international currency smuggling organization based on Portugal. But on one subject, she professed complete ignorance.
Ah, Inspector, I regret. The girl mentioned many names, some of them known to us, some not. But Eberstein was not among them.
Perhaps she's afraid to talk.
Meaning that she's afraid to be killed, perhaps. Excuse me. Sim? Sì, lì sta, un moment. It's for you, Inspector, London.
Inspector Duggan speaking.
Mason here, sir. I have to report that a woman, a Mrs. Maguire, walked into the Hinchley Road police station and volunteered information on the Eberstein case.
He left me 3 years ago. I was glad to be rid of him.
Then Eberstein would be an assumed name.
I don't know anything about that, but I tell you, when I saw that picture in the paper, I knew it was him.
In that case, I'm afraid I shall have to ask you to come and identify the body, Mrs. Maguire.
All right? Yes, it's him.
Hello, Mason.
Any luck, sir?
Maybe. About this Maguire woman. No doubt about the identification of the body?
None, sir. She looked for and found a birthmark. An old scar from a motor car accident, too.
No record of Patrick Maguire?
Nothing on the files. But I got from Mrs. Maguire his business address in Shaftesbury Avenue.
What kind of business?
I don't know, sir, and neither does Mrs. Maguire. At least she says she doesn't.
Well, couldn't you find out?
There's a notice on the door of the office, sir, closed till Tuesday. But I got from the caretaker the address of his secretary, a Miss Challoner, living at 28 Berkeley Mansions.
Good. Miss Challoner?
Yes?
We're police officers.
Please?
Just a few routine questions, Miss Challoner. Do you mind if we come in?
No, of course not. Excuse the dressing gown, I've been resting.
We're making certain inquiries about your late employer.
My late employer? Do you mean Mr. Maguire? Afraid I don't understand you.
Well, haven't you read the newspapers?
No?
He was found dead, poisoned at the airport, just before he was due to catch a plane for Lisbon.
No.
I realize this must be a shock for you. I'm sorry. Miss Challoner, I have to ask you what you were doing the evening before last.
I don't remember. I think I had dinner out.
At a floor show, perhaps?
Floor show?
The Café Mazarin in Lisbon, perhaps? I happened to be there, too. Miss Gerhardt wasn't very helpful, was she?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Come, Miss Challoner. As the dead man's secretary, you're in a better position than anyone to tell us why anyone should want to kill him.
Really, but you can't...
It would be better if you answered my questions, Miss Challoner. What was the purpose behind your visit to Lisbon?
Some time now I've been hoping or expecting that Mr. Maguire would ask me to marry him. You see, I dealt with all his letters, except those that came from Portugal. Mr. Maguire forbade me to deal with those. It's made me suspicious. Well, I opened one of them. It was from that girl, Then when he said he was going to Portugal again, I followed him. See, I had to find out where I stood.
Just what was your employer's business, Miss Challoner?
Stocks, bonds, finance.
Tell me this frankly. Was his business legal or illegal?
Sure, he would never have done anything wrong.
He had a lot of foreign contacts, foreign mail.
Yes, but he had a large number of foreign friends. I saw some of the letters. They were never about business matters.
They could have been in code.
If they were, I didn't realize it.
I notice you give him his proper name.
What else should I call him?
Surely as a secretary you looked after his passport.
No, I've never seen it. Mr. Maguire used to make his own travel arrangements. I think through his sister, Mrs. Carden, and her husband.
Why?
Mr. Carden's with Bowaters, the travel agency.
Oh, I feel dreadful. Patrick lying dead. I just can't help thinking about him.
Well, his troubles are all over now, Sherry.
You're very heartless.
Heartless? Of course. My heart is all yours. Oh, allow me.
Oh, this is Mr. Carden's house?
It is, but I am not Mr. Carden. I am a friend of Mrs. Carden.
Is Mrs. Carden at home? Inspector Duggan, Scotland
I'm
Yard.
afraid she's not very well at the
Ask
moment.
the inspector in, Felix.
I'm sorry you're not well, madam.
I must be going.
Phone me later, will you, Felix?
Yes, I will, Laura. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Won't you come in? I expect you've come about my brother, Inspector. It was a dreadful shock when I read in the paper he was dead. Please sit down.
Oh, thank you. I can understand your distress, Mrs. Carden. When did you last see him?
Well, a few nights ago. He came to have dinner with me. My husband was working late. His busy season, you know.
Your brother was a wealthy man?
Well, he always had a flair for money matters. Floating companies, selling stocks and shares, that sort of thing. A cigarette?
No, thanks. Did your brother tell you he was going to Portugal?
I think he mentioned he was going abroad.
You know, I expected the name on his passport was Eberstein.
No, I didn't know that. Well, it would be, I suppose, in connection with his financial business.
Your husband would know, of course.
He hasn't mentioned it to me. Oh, that's my husband's. He's going to Norway on business soon. I expect he put it there to remind him to take it. He's not always a good traveler.
Yes, Brandy is a very useful traveling companion. Mrs. Carden, have you any theory to account for your brother's death?
Absolutely none. One thing I'm convinced. It couldn't have been suicide.
We don't think it was either, Mrs. Carden. Could he have had enemies? Some international complication, for instance?
My brother was not the man to make enemies, Inspector.
Bowaters Travel Agency, Piccadilly. Mr. Bowater, a man has been found dead. He was related to Mr. Carden by marriage.
Then hadn't you better talk to Carden himself?
Oh, thanks. I wonder if you'd mind if I saw him here.
Not at all. Ask Mr. Carden to come into my office a minute, please. I'll see that you're not disturbed.
Thank you.
You sent for me, Mr. Bowater?
No, this gentleman.
Inspector Duggan, Scotland Yard. Please sit down, Mr. Carden. We've met before, I think.
Oh, yes. Wasn't it an inquiry about a flight ticket to Lisbon?
That's right. Issued from this office to a Mr. Patrick Maguire in the name of Eberstein.
I couldn't be expected to know that.
Indeed. Even when the customer was your own brother-in-law?
Brother-in-law? As I've already told you, I expect he was a cash customer.
I wonder if you're being as helpful as you might be, Mr. Carden. Did you not know, did your wife not know, that your brother-in-law was going to Lisbon?
Perhaps she did mention he was going abroad.
Was it a surprise to you that Eberstein and Maguire were one and the same person?
A very great surprise.
But you agree it was strange your brother-in-law should come to this office, buy a flight ticket, and then go off without a word to you.
Well, not at all. If he saw I was busy, he probably didn't want to interrupt.
Have you seen this flask before?
I've seen many like it.
No doubt. But this one was found beside Maguire's body. It contained brandy and poison.
Can you suggest any explanation for your brother-in-law's death?
No, I can't. Except, well...
Yes, Mr. Carden?
Well, his health wasn't too good. His heart, you know. Sometimes he was very depressed. If you hadn't found the poison, I should have said his death was a natural death.
Well, thank you, Mr. Carden. I understand you're leaving for Norway shortly.
Yes, on business for the company. There's nothing else you want to ask?
No, that's all. For the time being, anyway. Well, good morning. Have a pleasant trip.
What
have we got there, Mason?
Analyst report, sir. It seems they've identified the poison that killed Maguire.
Traces of a poison originating in Japan. Used in small doses, it would produce sleep, then heart failure. Normally, it would be virtually undetectable in the body. But in this instance, a much greater than normally lethal dose was used. Japan? Get me the War Office Records Department.
Something else, sir. We've traced Maguire's lawyer. He made a will and left everything to his sister, Mrs. Carden.
Inspector Duggan, please.
Inspector Duggan?
Oh, hello, sir. Sergeant Brent here. I just had a drink with him, in a manner of speaking. He's the boyfriend, all right. His name's Felix Roger. He plans to go to France tonight. She's going to follow him after the funeral. They're taking a yachting trip together.
Yes, well, there's nothing we can do to prevent his leaving. Continue to watch Mrs. Carden. I'll have you relieved later. All our contacts seem to be going abroad. Mrs. Carden's going to take a yachting holiday.
Yes, sir. And Mr. Carden leaves today for Norway.
Yes, so he does. Mason, get down to the airport and see if he boards that Oslo plane.
Right, sir.
Yes?
Your call to the War Office Records Department, sir.
Right. Oh, hello. Oh, Inspector Duggan here, CID, Scotland Yard. I'd like the army record of a man who served in Southeast Asia during the war.
Richard Carden did not board the Oslo plane, though a seat had been booked in his name. A little later, information was received at Scotland Yard that he had in fact left the country by means of a privately chartered plane whose destination was somewhere in France. Meanwhile, the police permitted the funeral of Patrick Maguire, alias Albert Eberstein, to proceed. Immediately afterwards, Mrs. Carden drove home. The police, however, were determined not to let Mrs. Carden out of their sight. Hardly the picture of a woman who had recently lost a close relative, you would think. In a few moments, she was to receive news that would make her even more cheerful. A few hours later, she arrived at London Airport and entered the very lounge where only a few days previously, her brother had been found dead.
I'm a police officer. Where's that lady bound for?
Dinar.
Thank you very much.
Dina? How is she? The flight number of the plane? Right. Oh, and John's. Is there another flight to Dinah tonight? One more in an hour. We'll book 2 seats. Get on to Interpol.
Sir?
Ask them to have the Dinah police follow Mrs. Carden's movements on landing, so that they have a full description. On Mason,
Sir?
pack the toothbrush. We're going to France.
Taxi!
Une femme dont la description correspond à celle de Madame Carden a été vue en train de prendre un sac taxi numéro...
What are you doing here?
What am I doing here? I'll tell you, Laura. We're taking a little trip together, you and I, from which only one of us will return.
You sent that telegram.
Disappointing to find me instead of Felix, isn't it? Your fat brother owed the greater part of his fortune to me, Laura. It was I who found him the contacts for assisting distressed travelers over their currency difficulties. Your clever brother cheated me. He never intended to pay me my share. Now he can't cheat me anymore.
You killed him.
And now do you think I'm going to let his money go to you? You and your fancy boyfriends? Your money will go to me, your husband, you hear? Me!
Let's get him. Richard William Carden, I have to inform you that application will be made for your extradition to Britain, where you will be charged with the willful murder of Patrick Maguire. Have you anything to say?
Richard Carden had nothing to say, then or at his trial. But the circumstantial evidence against him was overwhelming. Most damaging was the revelation that during the war, he'd been a prisoner of war of the Japanese. It was during this imprisonment that a quantity of the drug with which he killed Maguire had come into his possession. Carden laid his plans with care, but he didn't anticipate his brother-in-law's attack of nerves before going through the customs on a false passport. An attack of nerves that made him drink deep, too deep, and too soon of the poison brandy. If instead the brandy had been taken on the plane, well, a passenger named Eberstein would simply have died of a heart attack. A passenger who didn't know when he bought his ticket that his destination was death. Have you ever murdered anyone? Or perhaps you'd rather not say. Well, whether you have or not, you will appreciate this, that one of the major problems that confronts a murderer is what you do with the body. But for the man who strangled his wife in London on the Christmas Eve of 1941, that question, what to do with her afterwards, it wasn't so difficult. You see, there were any number of bodies being discovered around that time. Bodies of people who were victims of the Nazi bombs. And so when the German bombers departed and the sirens moaned the all clear, somewhere in London was a man who walked the streets feeling reasonably safe. Safe because somewhere beneath one of the mounds of rubble lay the body of a woman he had murdered. It'll be months before they find her, he thought, and he was right. It was over 2 years before the body of a woman was discovered in the cellar of a bombed-out schoolhouse in Islington.
Hey, what's that? Come and have a look at this. Blimey. Looks like a skeleton or something. It's a skeleton, all right. Must have happened when the bomb fell. You better get the police. Here. Here.
You know, know, the murderer always overlooks something, or nearly always anyway. And there was one thing that this particular murderer overlooked. He overlooked the fact that every bomb victim was subjected to a very careful medical examination. The cause of death had to be determined in order to make quite sure whether the murderer was one Adolf Hitler, or whether it was murder by a person or persons unknown. After the police pathologist had made his report to the coroner, the incomplete remains were removed to the Department of Forensic Medicine at Charing Cross Hospital. In charge of the case, Superintendent Henley of Scotland Yard waited to hear the pathologist's report.
Well? Well, there's not very much to go on. She remains to a woman all right, and there's been some burning, and as far as it's possible to judge, I'd say she must have died about 2 years ago.
You said something about a fractured bone.
Yes, what's left of the larynx has been fractured. Only a very tiny fracture, but in forensic medicine, it's one of the most significant facts that can come to light.
Meaning that she was strangled?
Exactly.
Is there any chance that the fractured larynx could be the result of a bomb injury?
Not a chance.
Is there any evidence of identity? Anything we can start work on?
A few details I can give you now. The woman was aged between 40 to 45. Height, 5 foot, maybe 5'1". Lower jaw is missing, but in the upper jaw she'd worn a dental plate. There's no plate, but I'd say it contains 7 false teeth. The 4 remaining teeth have fillings. Oh, and on the back of her skull I found traces of hair. As you see, there are only a few strands, but it's enough to be able to say that her hair was brown and it was going grey.
Is that all?
It's quite a lot to have found out about a 2-year-old skeleton.
Perhaps you'd like the job of trying to find out who she is.
I get on better with dead people.
Yes. Well,
I'll send you my report in the morning.
Right. Good night.
Pleasant dreams.
Yes.
The superintendent was right, though. It wasn't much to go on. All that he knew about the dead woman was she was aged about 40 to 50, approximately 5 feet tall. Her hair was brown, going grey. She had worn a dental plate and had fillings in 4 upper teeth. Pretty vague, wasn't it? But it's from such scanty beginnings that cases are built up. And the first step in the present instance, obviously, it was to identify the woman. But that was much easier said than done. Somewhere in wartime London, with its constantly shifting population of 10 million, one missing person had to be identified. One missing person, and the description so far, it might have fitted thousands. From the missing persons registry, several hundred likely descriptions were selected. Then the order went out from Scotland Yard.
Urgent. Ascertain identity of woman. Missing, believed murdered. Description as follows. Age 40 to 45.
For weeks, men of the Criminal Investigation Department followed up every possible clue to the woman's identity. Many missing persons were found alive and well in this concentrated search. Many others appeared to fit the description of the dead woman, until closer inquiry revealed one wrong piece in the complicated jigsaw of information.
Yes, I did quite a lot of bridge work on that woman, but she can't be the one you're looking for.
Why not?
Well, you're looking for a woman who had 4 teeth in her upper jaw.
That's right.
Well, that woman had all her teeth removed 5 years ago. Sorry.
But steady, routine investigation was gradually narrowing down the field. Until, after many more weeks of checking, questioning, and rechecking, the original list of likely victims was reduced to one. One very strong possibility.
Elizabeth Drayton. Does everything check?
Everything. Height, age, color of hair.
Who have you talked to?
Her sister.
She reported her missing December the 29th, 1941.
Anyone else?
There's a husband somewhere, but we haven't found him yet.
And how about the teeth? Did you check up on that?
Her dentist confirms that he fitted her with a plate containing 7 teeth and put some fillings in the upper jaw. He's coming to the path lab this afternoon to see if he can identify the jaw.
Oh, what time?
5 o'clock.
Well, fine, I'll come with you. This case has been hanging around long enough. Maybe this is where we start to crack it.
Yes, I think I can say those are my fillings all right. I can usually recognize my own work. Mind you, I wouldn't like to swear to it.
You say you remember fitting her with a dental plate?
I gave this gentleman here a record of the work I did.
Yes, that's right. Here it is.
That's a sketch I made of the jaw. Always do that, you know. I believe in being methodical.
It checks exactly. It's undoubtedly the same woman.
Mr.
Taylor.
Mr. Taylor, I'd like you, if you wouldn't mind, to have a look at this photograph.
Why, yes, that's her. That's Mrs. Drayton, all right.
The picture was clearer now. The murdered woman had at last been given a face. She had been given a name. It had taken the Criminal Investigation Department some time to identify the woman, but this was only the beginning. Their real job was to find the murderer. The first person to be interviewed along this line of inquiry was the husband, Charles Drayton. He had taken a little finding, but Scotland Yard finally tracked him down. He didn't have much to say, and as for his wife...
Well, I don't know where she is. What's more, I don't very much care either.
She's been found dead, Mr. Drayton.
Dead? Oh, accident?
It doesn't appear to have been an accident.
Oh.
Exactly when was it you last saw your wife, Mr. Drayton?
About 2 years ago. Christmas it was. I met her in the street.
You mean you just ran into her?
Yes, that's it.
Did you talk to her?
Yes, I talked to her.
What about?
Oh, well, she kept on going on and on and on about one thing and another. Well, I didn't want no argument in the street, see, so I took her into a cafe and bought her a cup of tea.
What was the argument about?
Well, it wasn't really an argument. She just kept on going on and on about being ill, about having no money and no one to look after her. I got fed up with this and told her I was going. She said she was coming with me, but I wasn't having any. And then I told her she ought to be getting home with air raids and a blackout, and I gave her $50. And, well, that's all I had, and then we left the cafe.
Where did you go then?
Well, I saw her on a bus for Stepney, and that was the last I ever saw of her.
It's true, isn't it, that you haven't paid her any regular maintenance money since the last day you saw her?
Well, I paid her what I could.
And because of this, in 1938, you were sentenced to a term of imprisonment.
Well, I told you I paid her what I could.
Did she ever threaten to take you to court again over this maintenance business?
No.
According to the records of Old Street Police Station, where you made these payments from time to time, as from the day she was reported missing, you began making regular payments of the full amount as ordered by the court. How do you account for that?
Well, I didn't know she was missing.
That isn't exactly the point, Mr. Drayton.
She was found in the cellar of a bombed-out school in Islington, in Chester Street. Do you know it?
Can't say I do.
Was it a place she was in the habit of visiting?
No, never.
You seem very certain.
Well,
If, as you say, you hardly ever saw her, how do you know whether she went there or not?
Now, look here, if you're trying to pin this murder on me...
Nobody said your wife had been murdered, Mr. Drayton. Well, thank you, Mr. Drayton. Good afternoon.
But look here. Here, but here. Shut up.
Well, sir, what do you think?
It looks like it, doesn't it?
That slip about his wife being murdered.
Yes.
Probably nagged him about money and one thing and another.
Well, my wife's always nagging me about money, but I haven't murdered her yet.
No, we'll need a lot more than that to go on before we can pull him in. It's this school that bothers me. How on earth did she get there? And why there? Why pick on that place? There must have been hundreds of other bomb buildings around there.
It may have been convenient.
But that's just it. Convenient to where? It's quite away from his place, and it's miles from where she was living. You know, I've got a feeling we ought to go round there again and have another word with that caretaker chap. Slip across that cafe and keep an eye on our friend.
Very good, sir.
All right, Smith, you know where the school is?
Yes, sir.
Let's hope that caretaker's got a good memory.
Ago, you say she died?
Yes, around about December.
We were wondering if you could tell us anything at all unusual that might have happened round about that time.
Unusual?
It's all right, I'll do that.
Well, Hitler dropped a bomb on the school one night, but don't think there was anything unusual about that.
Did you see anyone hanging around the school? Anyone you didn't know?
No. Because after the bomb, we had a lot of kids playing round the back. Come to think of it, it was probably those kids what started the fire.
Fire? What fire was that?
Oh, just a little blaze we had in the cellar one night.
An incendiary?
Oh, no, nothing like that. But it's my belief somebody started it on purpose.
Didn't you report it?
Oh, dear me, yes. Well, we had fire brigades and everything here.
You better check up on that. Can you remember the date?
Of course I can. It was Christmas Eve. It was rather strange now I come to think of it. There was no air raid that night.
Who discovered the fire?
Well, the fire watcher discovered it. He was on duty in the schoolroom over the cellar. He said he saw smoke coming through the floor. When he went down in the cellar, he found an old straw mattress torn up and set alight. He tried to get it out himself, but it got beyond control, so he called the fire engines. Mark you, it was an hour before he got round to calling them.
An hour?
Yes.
Did he tell you why he waited all that time before giving the alarm?
Well, he said he was trying to get the fire under control. Look, if you really want to know what happened, why don't you ask him yourself?
We will. Do you know where he lived?
No, but I know his name. Charlie something. Charlie Drayton.
That's right, Charles Drayton. Get a squad car around there right away and pick him up. We'll meet you there. Right.
All right.
So she did go with him to the school?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. He went off to do a spot of fire watching, and she went with him. I don't suppose we'll ever know what really happened. But the chances are she started nagging him again. Only by this time, she was beginning to get on Drayton's nerves. Perhaps she threatened him with the police again. At any rate, she must have said something that really got under his skin.
Get out. Go on, get out. Get out and leave me alone.
Don't you raise your voice to me, Charles Drayton.
Do more than raise my voice to you in a minute. I told you, get out.
This is your last chance, Charles. Either you pay me my money regular, or I'll go to the police again. Do you know what happened last time?
Yes, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
I wouldn't, Charles, you know that. But I've got to have my money. I've got to live, Charles. I've got to live.
You're going, or aren't you?
No, Charles.
Right.
Keep away from me! Charles! What have you done there? Something!
Whether he had actually planned to kill her, or whether it was something that happened in a moment of rage, I don't know. At any rate, the deed was done, and his first thoughts must have been how to get rid of the body. And, of course, the most obvious place was the cellar beneath the school. He tried to burn the body, but failed. Then, in desperation, he hid it beneath the cellar floor, hoping that if it ever was discovered, it might be thought to be a bomb victim. Then, in case anybody had seen the blaze, he telephoned the fire brigade.
Here we are.
Drayton's gone, sir. No one seems to know where he is.
He packed his bags and went.
Is Sergeant Thompson here?
I haven't seen him anywhere, sir.
Well, Drayton won't get far. Not with Thompson on his tail. Mind that blackout.
Looks like it's the docks again tonight.
It's a bit ironical, isn't it?
What?
Well, here we're doing everything we can to bring a murderer to justice. While out there, people are getting killed off by the score. It seems a bit incongruous.
Don't worry. The law will catch up with them eventually.
I hope so. Ah. Henry speaking. What?
Charing Cross Underground Station. I lost him in the crowd, but he won't get far. There's an alert on, and the tunnel under the river's been closed, so there are no trains running. Yes, sir? Very good, sir.
He's at Charing Cross Underground. Get me the information room, but that's about as far as he's going to get. Hello, Henry speaking. Have all available cars in the vicinity go to Charing Cross Underground immediately. Contact Sergeant Thompson on arrival. Right. Come on.
Within a matter of seconds, every patrol car in the area had converged on the underground station. Meanwhile, somewhere below the ground was the wanted man, Charles Drayton. Where exactly he was making for in that mad last-minute dash, nobody's ever found out. But wherever he thought he was going, he never got any further than the platform of Charing Cross Underground.
Here, let me through, can't you?
More trains still after the air raid, mate. They've closed the tunnel under the river.
Yeah, but I've got to get to Waterloo.
You'll have to go upstairs and walk it. All change here, all change.
Hey, your case.
Hey, who do you think you're shoving? You see a man come on here? Yeah, he just went around there. Right, Jones, you find him on top. You come with me.
Where's your telephone? Up here on the right. Right.
He's heading up the emergency exit. Yes, 2 of our men are behind him.
Better get an ambulance. Yes, sir.
Charles Drayton was tried at the Old Bailey, and he was found guilty of murder. Although he never confessed to the crime, the evidence against him was quite overwhelming. And on September the 20th, 1944, he paid the supreme penalty. As to the real reason why he murdered his wife, well, everything seems to indicate that he did it simply to avoid paying her maintenance money. £1 a week. Any other way out of his dilemma never seems to have crossed his mind. But Charles Drayton wasn't a very intelligent man. But then murder isn't a very intelligent act. That intriguing backwater of London's West End, known as Soho. 4 square miles of narrow alleyways and grim back streets. It's by no means the cesspool of iniquity and vice which the writers of fiction would have us believe, but it is nonetheless a name that reoccurs too frequently in the records of Scotland Yard. And in January 1952, the name of Soho hit the headlines once again. This time as the background to a murder. The swift and sudden killing of one Harry Carpenter. At a few minutes past midnight on Friday, the 4th of January, 1952, the lives of 4 people were to converge and meet in a drab tenement building in London's Soho. Of these 4 lives, one was to come to an abrupt and unpleasant end. First, a man who trod uncertainly along his path through life, whose world was one of darkness, or so it seemed to those who may have seen him pass by. Second, a man whose name was as well known to the police as it was to the shadowy underworld in which he moved. Small-time criminal, contact man, petty gangster, Harry Carpenter was a man without a future. Third, someone who had reason to stand waiting on the dark stairway of the tenement building. A man who had been waiting for a long time. Fourth, aged and kindly Mrs. Morris, whose tiny world was one of cats and crochet, with a weekly visit to the post office to collect an old age pension. And then, it came.
What do you want?
The swift and sudden moment of meeting.
Oh, no, Joe. No, Joe, listen. No, you can't. No! Ow!
Within half an hour, Inspector Jack Harmer of the Yard's murder squad was in charge of the case.
Here you are. Harry Carpenter. That name rings a bell. Lived in this building, too, flat 14.
Must have been lucky at poker.
Quite a row.
Well, doesn't look like robbery.
No, it doesn't, unless the killer didn't have time to search him.
Everybody's recovered now, sir.
Right.
That's the idea, Ma. Sorry I haven't got anything stronger.
How are you feeling now, Mrs. Morris?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know, I'm sure.
Well, do you think you can tell us now what this man looked like?
Well, I didn't see much of him. It all happened so quick like. Frightened the life out of me, he did. Standing there in the dark with them black spectacles.
Black spectacles?
Yes. Horrible it was.
Did you notice anything else about him? How was he dressed?
Well, he might have been a tramp or something. He wore old clothes and a dirty old hat. Didn't have time to see much. He was gone so quick.
Get that description circulated right away. Have all patrol cars keep a lookout for him.
Yes, Mr. Miller, sir.
Now, hello, Mr. Miller. You're the landlord of these premises?
Well, what's been going on, eh?
You have a room to let, Mr. Miller, as of tonight. Harry Carpenter's just left.
Is he dead?
He didn't say so, but it certainly looked that way to me. He was in flat 14, wasn't he?
That's right.
Mind if I take a look?
No, of course not. Come on.
What's the verdict, Doc?
Death from stab wound in the back, punctured the lung. Narrow-bladed knife, about 6 inches long.
Where is it?
I haven't seen it.
Constable? Yes, sir. Take a couple of men and scour this place for a knife. If you don't find it, have a look in the street.
Very good, sir.
What do you know about this chap Carpenter?
Only that he played his window with me. That's all I care about.
You know what he did for a living?
No.
Who's the blonde?
I don't know. Never seen her before.
With luck from Molly.
I got that description out. Although I've got a feeling it isn't going to do us much good.
You're probably right. Well, Mr. Miller, I'm afraid you won't be able to let this room until this matter's cleared up. Keep the door locked and I'll have a man posted. All right. If we need you again, we'll get in touch with you.
All right. Good night.
Good night. Well, there isn't much more we can do here tonight. But first thing in the morning, we'll drop into the Criminal Record Office. I've got a hunch that Mr. Carpenter will turn out to be a very old friend of ours.
The Criminal Record Office, Scotland Yard. The largest and most comprehensive index system of criminals in the world. Here, among the Careys, the Carmichaels, the Carters, and the Cases, were the records of one Harry Carpenter. His file told a long history of petty crime, of short spells outside prison and long spells inside. It told, too, of his most recently recorded escapade, participation in a series of mailbag robberies in 1949. His reward for this venture was 18 months in Brixton, time enough to consider the error of his ways.
Harmer here. Inspector Daly there, please.
Just a minute, sir.
Any luck?
Not a thing.
Hello, what's your trouble?
Oh, hello, Bill. Tell me, didn't you pick up a chap called Harry Carpenter on that mailbag job in 49?
That's right.
Well, somebody bumped him off last night.
So I heard.
Would you care to step up here for a second? You might be able to help us.
Right.
About a half a dozen men with dark glasses were picked up last night. Every one of them could account for their movements at the time of the murder.
I'm not surprised. All he has to do is to take off his glasses, and we haven't got a description at all.
You know, it was pretty dark in that tenement.
Meaning what?
Put on a pair of dark glasses and you wouldn't be able to see a thing. Seems a funny sort of disguise to choose to do a murder in. Unless he was blind or something.
If he was blind, how could he see to plant a knife in a very well-chosen spot? And how would he recognize his victim, assuming it was premeditated murder? So that puts the lid on that theory, Dr. Watson.
Yes, Mr. Holmes.
Now, Jack. Well, Carpenter's had it coming to him for a long time.
Oh?
Well, there were two of them in that mailbag robbery.
That's right. Carpenter and a chap called, Lloyd.
Yes, well, Lloyd got 3 years, whereas Carpenter got off at the 6-month stretch.
Oh, why?
Because it was Carpenter's evidence that enabled us to pick up Lloyd. Then in court, he testified against Lloyd. I never knew a man who wants to talk so much. As for Lloyd, if it hadn't been for a couple of the warders holding him back, I think he'd have killed Carpenter right there in the courtroom.
But Lloyd got 3 years, and that was in May 1949. Are you trying to tell me that he slipped over the wall, bumped off Carpenter, and is now safely back in his cell all tucked up and fast asleep?
You really ought to read your police gazette a little more carefully, old man. Lloyd was released on Monday.
Most homicides have a basic motive. No matter how trivial or unjustified, it may appear to the average man. And according to the somewhat distorted but rigid code of the habitual criminal, a squeaker, squealer, stool pigeon, whichever jargon you prefer, such a man had best glance over his shoulder if he venture out into the dark. And Harry Carpenter was a squeaker. His evidence alone had put Joseph Lloyd behind the wall for 3 long years. Here, surely, was motive for murder. Lloyd's haunts and hangouts were given a going over. But this search produced only one positive result.
Seen Joe since Tuesday, Governor. He was in here for a game on Tuesday afternoon, but I ain't seen him since. Why don't you try next place?
All right, thanks.
Yes, Joe was in here last night.
Oh? About what time?
Oh, about 12:30.
Hello?
Yes.
How long did he stay?
Oh, not long. We have a couple of drinks and then he went. It looked as if he needed a drink, too.
What makes you say that?
Well, he said he slipped and cut his hand. It was bleeding. So I give him some antiseptic and he go into the washroom to bathe it.
What time did he leave?
Oh, he was only here about 10 minutes.
I see. Is this the washroom?
Yes.
Mind if we take a look?
Help yourself. What are you looking for?
I couldn't tell you until we find it. There you are. That's what we were looking for.
The threads of circumstantial evidence were beginning to weave a fabric of a case against Joseph Lloyd. But there were flaws in the fabric.
There were no prints on that knife, not even a smudge.
Last. That would have been all we needed.
Another flaw, and the most vital one of all, was the fact that Lloyd could not be found. Acting on one of those hunches which police officers get from time to time, Inspector Harmer decided to visit the prison where Lloyd had been detained, to see if he couldn't pick up some information which might lead to Lloyd's whereabouts.
Come on, Sonny, we're going on.
Lloyd, he never had much to say. Sometimes a whole day had passed without as much as opening his mouth, except to eat with.
But you shared this cell with him for 3 years. He must have talked about something.
Nothing to talk about in here. There's no point in talking about the weather or where you're going tomorrow.
Did he ever talk about having been double-crossed?
Blimey, they've all been double-crossed in here. There ain't one of them as doesn't think he's a victim of horrible injustice.
Did he mention any relative? Anyone he might be going to stay with when he left here?
No. He talked about his mum a lot, but she died before he went out. Oh, but wait a minute, there was a girl he was always going on about.
Oh. Who was she, do you know?
Well, let me see, what was her name? Here, wait a minute, he carved it up on the wall somewhere. Here you are, that's the name, Molly.
Yes, she used to go around with Joe Lloyd. Then when he went inside, she took up with this guy Carpenter. You know how it is with girls like that.
Have you seen her around lately?
No, not since she left here. She used to sing with the band here, but she used to hit the bottle more often than the high notes, so I slung her out. But don't worry, you'll find her around. Girls like Molly are always around.
He called me loving baby, didn't give her a single cent. He used up all of my money. South Lorena, where the tourists go, it's a funny little place I know. On the border of Mexico, there is
Good evening, gentlemen. Not a thing. Light ale and
lemonade.
What's the matter? Don't you feel well?
My back aches and my feet are killing me. Worse than being back on the beat.
I tell you don't know how happy you were directing traffic and helping old ladies across the road.
Don't tell me, let me guess. She's 50 years old, 6 feet tall, and not a bit like the girl we're looking for.
Isn't she? Take a look.
You came along and chased my doubts away. I was beginning to find that life was
Do you think that's her?
but darling, since we embraced, November has turned to May.
Yes, so it is. And are my feet glad?
Since you cast such a spell over me.
Good night, Dave. Good night. Good night, Molly.
Good night, Dave.
On your feet, Junior. Get back to the yard. I'll phone if I want you. Thanks.
Who is it? Get outside. All right, you can wait a minute, can't you?
Miss Stevens, isn't it?
Yes.
Molly Stevens?
Yes.
Mind if we come in?
Make yourself at home.
You were a friend of Harry Carpenter's, weren't you?
So?
You also know Joe Lloyd, don't you?
I know a lot of Joes.
I can believe that. Mind if we take a look around?
You got a warrant?
No, but we can get one.
Go ahead.
Going away?
Liverpool.
Holiday?
You kidding?
2 tickets?
I'm taking my mother.
All right, Miss Stevens. If Joe Lloyd shows up, let us know, understand?
I'll blow my police whistle.
Yes, do that.
So you did kill Harry.
You're out of your mind.
I'm not getting mixed up in this, Joe.
You're already mixed up in it, whether you like it or not. Now get on with the packing.
I'm not coming with you, Joe.
I said get on with the packing.
What do you think I was doing all the time you were in Jug? Sitting around knitting bed socks waiting for you to get out?
I told you, get on with the packing.
You're getting out of here now, Joe. I didn't say anything to the cops when they were here, but if you don't get out now, I'll call them myself.
You'll do what?
Get a squad car around here right away. We'll meet you outside the place. Right. You sure there was a man up there?
There's a man around that flat somewhere. And it's my guess it's Joe Lloyd.
I hope you're all right.
There's a cab downstairs.
Right.
Joseph Lloyd? Then how do you account for the fact that the murder weapon was found in a place you were seen to visit less than half an hour after the killing?
How should I know?
Have you ever seen this before?
No. Now let me ask you a question. Are you going to charge me or aren't you? I know enough about the law to know you can't hold me here without charging me.
We can hold you on suspicion until tomorrow morning, and that's what we intend to do. If you want to make any phone calls, the sergeant here will put them through for you. We'll have another talk in the morning. You know, we'll never make this case stick in court. Not as it stands.
If only we could dig up a witness. Someone who saw him leave the tenement.
But the night was still young as far as crime was concerned.
Oh, come on, let's get some sleep.
As Inspector Harmer was leaving the police station, he received a message which immediately threw a new light on the entire case.
Yes, he's here. Inspector, it's for you.
Hello? Yes, speaking. What, are you sure? All right, I'll be right over. Another late night for you, my lad?
What is it?
A policeman over in Whitechapel has just picked up a man answering the description we put out on the night of the murder.
What, the chap with black spectacles? But there must be dozens of men with black spectacles.
Yes, but they don't all have bloodstains all over their raincoats. Come on. Yes, that's blood, all right. But whether it's human blood, we won't know until we get it to the lab. Where did you pick him up?
In Mercer Street, sir. We found him sleeping in a doorway.
And got his name?
Yes, sir. Found this hanging around his neck.
George Benson. St. Christopher's Institute for the Blind. All right, let's have a look at him.
He doesn't leave the Roger.
Are you George Benson? What's the matter with him?
We couldn't get a word out of him, sir. If you ask me, he's a bit mental.
I see. All right, we'll leave it until we can find out more about him. I'll have a car sent around in the morning to take him to Cannon Row. Oh, we might as well take this jacket with us now and stick it in the lab tonight. And first thing in the morning, my lad, you can pay a visit to this blind institute. See what you can find out about him.
First thing in the morning, but it's 3:30 now.
Well, that gives you 4 hours sleep. What are you complaining about?
Early next morning, the blood-stained jacket was examined at the Metropolitan Police Forensic Laboratory. The blood was human, all right. And what was more, it came from the same group as that of the murdered man.
Well, have you decided to tell us anything? What were you doing in that block of tenements? Benson, a man answering to your description was seen kneeling over the body. Your raincoat bore traces of the same blood as that of the murdered man. What have you got to say to that? Here you are.
How's it going?
It isn't.
No, we can't keep Lloyd out there much longer. He's got a solicitor out front kicking up a hell of a row right now.
Yes, I know. Unless we think up something pretty quick, we may have to let him go. What about the Blind Institute?
I brought a chap called Cross with me. Benson disappeared from the place 4 months ago. He's outside if you want to talk to him.
All right, we'll be to see him.
Oh, yes. Benson's been with us for a great many years. But he is apt to wander off by himself sometimes. I do hope he isn't in any trouble.
Well, he could be. Tell me, Mr. Cross, would you say he was an unbalanced person?
Oh, no. We prefer to regard him as a little eccentric. It's a very lonely life being blind, you know.
Yes. Is he a violent person?
Oh, quite the contrary. Just needs looking after, that's all.
Well, we haven't been able to get a word out of him, Mr. Cross. Do you think you might get him to talk?
I think I might. He knows me as a friend. I think he might talk to me.
Then I think you may be able to help us.
George, it's me, Mr. Cross. We missed you, George. What have you been up to? You shouldn't go wandering off like this, you know.
They've been asking me all sorts of questions. They think I killed someone.
Did you, George? Did you kill anyone?
Why would I want to do a thing like that?
But you were in the tenement building, weren't you, George?
How do I know? All places seem the same to me.
Oh, come now, George. I know you better than that. You can find your way around almost as well as I can.
All right. Maybe I was there. But I didn't kill no one.
Then why don't you tell me exactly what happened?
Well, I was making my way into this place. I thought maybe I might find myself a warm place to sleep for the night. I was feeling my way along the corridor when suddenly I heard someone coming. Maybe he didn't see me, or perhaps it was dark. At any rate, he went on up the stairs. Then suddenly, he stopped. I heard voices.
Just a minute, Harry.
Joe, what do you want?
Can't you guess?
No, Joe. No, Joe, listen. No, you can't. No! Ow!
Are you quite sure you heard this man use the name Joe?
Yes, quite sure.
Then what happened?
Then I heard footsteps coming down the stairs again. I tried to run, but someone grabbed me. I thought it was going to be my turn, so I held on to his hands. He wore a ring on his right hand, a ring with a large stone. Suddenly he pushed me aside and ran. I must have lost my head. I found I was running too. Suddenly, I stumbled over something. I bent down. I touched it. Then some woman screamed. don't you, Mr. Cross?
Why didn't you tell us all this before, George?
I had a feeling there was somebody else in the room.
What else did you notice about this man?
Sort of sweet smell, like scent. Maybe it was something he put on his hair. I don't know.
Anything else?
I don't know. It all happened so quick.
I see. Won't be a minute.
The evidence against Joseph Lloyd, it was quite strong, but it was not conclusive. What was needed was a witness. The police had found a witness, but one that had seen nothing. And yet his testimony was vital in providing the final link in a chain of circumstantial evidence. Thus there followed that day one of the strangest identity parades ever enacted within the walls of any British police station.
Here now, what's all this, eh?
Never mind, get in line, this won't take long.
You stand in there.
Right, draw the blinds.
All ready?
Yes. Bring in the witness. All right, Mr. Benson.
This is the man. He had a ring just like this. And that scent. I remember the scent.
What sort of identification do you call this?
And I recognized his voice.
You listen to me.
Shut up. Take a good look, Mr. Benson.
I don't see very well, but I see well enough. This is the man, all right.
I thought you were blind. I only let you go because I thought you couldn't see. I ought to done you in two.
Go away.
All right, come on. That's what I ought to done. I ought to done the pair of you and you and
So the blind man wasn't blind at all. Well, that's what Lloyd thought. But then that was his mistake. No, George Benson was blind, all right. He picked out Lloyd with that unfailing sense of touch and smell, which the blind develop so acutely. But even that wasn't proof enough. The real proof, Lloyd's blurted confession, that was what the police really needed.
What would you have done if Lloyd hadn't confessed?
Oh, we would have got him in the end, I suppose. Would have taken just a bit longer, that's all.
And so, ultimately, Joseph Lloyd took that early morning walk to meet his fate. Sent there by a man who had never seen him in his life.